Assalamu alaikum and welcome back, my dear viewers. Hope you are under the shade of Allah's blessings every moment. My dear viewers, today I'm going to discuss Ahmad Faraz Ghazal with you regarding its explanation. So here we start. The first stanza is सुना है लोग उसे आंख भर के देखते हैं सो उसके शहर में कुछ दिन ठहर के देखते हैं. The poet has been captivated by the beauty of his beloved fully. He urges to have a look of her, and that's why he proposes ways to be close to her. Till now, he has heard of her beauty only. He therefore says that he has heard that whoever looks at her is attracted much and sees her wholeheartedly and willingly. So he has thought to stay in her city for some days to look at her and know the reality of her beauty charm. How her charming looks imprison others' heart and make them mad in love with her. The poet has decided to live near her and see her pretty looks himself to believe. Okay, this was the first stanza. Now we come to the second one. That is, सुना है रब्त है उसको ख़राब हालों से सो अपने आप को बर्बाद करके देखते हैं. The poet has heard that the beautiful lady who captivates hearts by her single glance is very near to those who have been the devastated people. So he thinks he must ruin himself so that she may come into contact with the poet. He says if he will make himself destroyed and awful, that pretty lady would look at him to have mercy upon him. So to the poet, the only way to get attention of the pretty lady is to make himself forgotten and disheveled at all, and she would see him with sympathy and care. These are the conditions of the lovers, my dear viewers. Now we come to the third stanza. सुना है दर्द की गाहक है चश्मे नाज उसकी हम भी उसकी गली से गुजर के देखते हैं. The poet says that he has heard from somewhere that the beautiful lady's eyes are such deep and amazing as to pinch out all the sorrows of others having a look upon them. So he proposes to pass through her street so that all his sorrows be ended by her sight. He is much attracted to her as to believe on everything related to her and wants to prove it by doing some real practice of passing and leaving aside her, because he is not well since hearing her these magic touches and beauty. The fourth stanza is सुना है उसे भी है शेर व शायरी से शगुफ सो हम भी मोजज़े अपने हुनर के देखते हैं. Here the poet is describing his own condition being a poet. The poet's fondness to see his beloved's imagination-based beauty after hearing her attractiveness as it is aggravating day by day. Okay. And moment by moment, he has come to known by people that she is much interested in poetry and praises good verses of poets. So as he has some traits of a good poet, then why not to try it before her? He wants to know if his poetic creations are much impressive or such impressive as to make her praise him for this. He is in a strong urge to come close to her, so there is a way to come by poetry if she is willing to listen to him as a poet. We can say that he is proposing the ways out to come close to his beloved. Now we come to the fifth stanza, that is सुना है बोले तो बातों से फूल झड़ते हैं ये बात है तो चलो बात करके देखते हैं. The poet wants to meet his beloved and has heard that her talking way is so beautiful, and as she talks or utters some words, the observers feel it as flowers are sprinkling from her words. So why not to talk to her? The poet wants to talk to her to observe how she talks, that her words are so flowery and charming. Actually, he is much bewildered of hearing all the miraculous things related to her beauty that make people mad in love with her. Therefore, the poet himself urges to see her talking way himself. Okay, now the next one is sixth stanza. सुना है रात उसे चांद तकता रहता है सितारे बाम फलक से उतर के देखते हैं. The poet has gone to the depth of all the information related to his beloved of imagination or fancy and says that the sweet lady is so versing to everything that the moon looks at her continuously at night, and the stars, even being alighted from the edge of the sky, see her beauty. He is becoming more and more mad in desire of seeing her again and again for his satisfaction and solace. He wants to see her to make himself understand how much she is attractive and beautiful. Okay, now we come to the seventh stanza, that is, सुना है दिन में उसे तितलियां सताती हैं, सुना है दिन में उसे तितलियां सताती हैं, सुना है रात को जुगनू ठहर के देखते हैं. The poet is much impressed by the beloved beauty and says that she is at most pretty at all levels of beauty. He has heard that she is so much attractive that in daytime butterflies make a circle around her like they surround a flower, and in the night time the beauty attracts the worms like globe worms who stop flying in the night darkness to see her only. उसे सिर्फ देखने के लिए जुगनू जो है वो रुक जाते हैं. He is very much in the state of the acceptance of this reality that her dreamy beauty is not to ignore in any way but to feast eyes only. Now we come to the 8th stanza. बस एक निगाह से लुटता है काफिला दिल का, सो रहरवान तमन्ना भी डर के देखते हैं. The poet has been in an analysis about the looks of his dream queen that he is aware if somebody looks at her, then even in a single glance the heart of that person is robbed of him by looking at her, because she is so charming and attractive that the looking man loses senses before her on seeing her. That's why whoever wishes to see her firstly fears of seeing her, because after having a look at her he has nothing to do but become nothing in her love. Okay, I hope you have understood all this well. My dear viewers, there are many other stanzas related to this ghazal, but I have just described here in explanation. These are only only 8, and the remaining you may explain with the help of this explanation more and more, and by adding more lines in it. Okay, now take care and be successful in your life. Never forget to subscribe my channel and like and share my this video and lecture as well. Be successful in your life and pray for me. Okay, Allah Hafiz.